Welcome all the 6th standard students for the second science class. First of all, I want to tell few instructions regarding COVID-19. You are all supposed to not touching your face, nose, mouth or ears. Wear face mask. Wear gloves. Maintain social distance. Frequently use sanitizer. Wash your hands with soap. Maintain personal hygiene. Stay home, stay safe, and stay protected. Now let us pass on to recap. Last week in the class we learned the living world of plants. Under that we learn plant form and functions. Under that we learn about root system, shoot system, etc. Today we are going to pass on the next topic, that is plant habitat. The title, the second subunit we are going to learn, that is plant habitat. Here you have to know what is plant habitat. Habitat. Each and every organism needs a place to live and reproduce, which is called habitat. This is the definition for the word habitat. Once again I will explain. Each and every organism needs a place to live and reproduce. Such a place is called habitat. Habitat are places where plants and animals live. Habitats are places where plants and animals live. Then let us learn about types of habitat. Now you can look at the picture, you can able to see types of habitat. There are two major types of habitat. They are terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat. Terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat. Do you know this important thing? World Habitat Day is observed on first Monday of October every year. World Habitat Day is celebrated or observed on first Monday of October every year. One by one, let us learn. First, let us learn about aquatic habitat. Aquatic habitat means plants that live permanently covered by water and surrounding areas that are occasionally covered by water. Aquatic habitat includes areas that are permanently covered by water and surrounding areas that are occasionally covered by water. There are two types of aquatic habitat. They are freshwater habitat and marine water habitat. First, let us learn about freshwater habitat. Freshwater means it may be river water or lake or pools or ponds. Freshwater means it may be rivers, lakes, ponds and pools. For example, the aquatic plants, Lotus, water hyacinth, water lily, etc. These are all examples for freshwater habitat. In this picture you can able to see the water hyacinth. Here you can able to see the stolon, that is the swollen part of the leaf stem. Here it is very spongy. In these plants, roots are very much reduced in size. In freshwater habitat, the plants have less or small hair-like roots only we found. Stem and leaves have air chambers that allow aquatic plants to float in water. Aquatic plants are three types. Some are floating in water, some are fully immersed in water, some are fixed underground. There are different types of freshwater plants are there. That and all you learn when you go to the higher class. Now let us pass on to marine water habitat. Marine means it is sea water. From outer space, Earth looks like an blue marble that is because more than 70% of Earth's surface is covered by oceans. Marine plants perform about 40% of all photosynthesis that occur on the planet. The examples of marine habitat are marine algae, sea grasses, marsh grass and phytoplanktons. These are the examples for marine habitat. Once again I will explain this. Aquatic habitat means aquatic habitat include areas that are permanently covered by water and surrounding areas that are occasionally covered by water. That is, aquatic habitat is divided into two groups, that is freshwater habitat and marine water habitat. In freshwater habitat means water which is available in rivers, lakes, ponds and pools are coming under freshwater habitat. Next is marine water habitat. This is ocean water which is found in ocean or sea is called marine water habitat. Now pass on to terrestrial habitat. Terrestrial habitat are the one that are found on land like forest, grassland and desert. Here the terrestrial habitat are one that are found on land like forest, grassland and desert. Examples are evergreen forest, again the grass, desert plants, etc. The terrestrial habitat is classified into three types such as forest, grassland, desert. Once again I will tell terrestrial habitat means terrestrial habitat or one that are found on land like forest, grassland and desert. There are three types of terrestrial habitat. One is forest, another one is grassland, another one is desert. Let us learn one by one. Forest habitat. Forest habitat is a large areas dominated by trees. There are three types of forest habitat. One is tropical forest, temperate forest and mountain forest. These are all you will learn in social, I think. Once again I will tell you, forest habitat are of three types. One is tropical forest, another one is temperate forest and another one is mountain forest. The next one we are going to learn, that is grassland habitat. Second one is grassland habitat. Grassland is an area where the vegetation is dominated by grasses. Grassland is an area where the vegetation is dominated by grasses. Grass ranges from short to tall. Short to tall. Some, for example, bamboo is also an example for grass. It is the tallest grass. Even small grasses are also available. Example, savanna grassland. You can look at the picture. That is the picture which show the savanna grassland. The next one is desert habitat. A habitat without much water is called desert. Once again I'll tell, a habitat without much water is called desert. Deserts are the driest place on earth. Desert are the driest place on earth. The plant like cactus store water in their stem and the leaves are reduced to spines. When you look at the cactus plants, it stores water in their stem. It is thick and fleshy. We can't see any leaves. Instead of leaves, we can able to see the spines. They have long roots. They go very deep in the soil in search of water. All the desert plants are not able to get sufficient water, so they have very long roots. They go very deep in the soil in search of water. There are four types of deserts, that is hot dry desert, semi-arid desert, coastal desert, cold desert. Once again I'll tell, there are four types of desert. In this slide you can able to see with the example, that is hot dry desert. Example is cactus. Next one, semi-arid desert. The example is agave, that is kattalai. In Tamil we call it as kattalai. Next one, the third one is coastal desert. Here you can able to see the agave, that is also one kind of kattalai it is called. Next one, the last one is cold desert, that is found. Example is bryophyllum. Once again I tell, desert is the habitat without much water. It is of four types: hot dry desert, semi-arid desert, coastal desert and cold desert. Now let us pass on to the next important topic, that is plant adaptations and modifications. Adaptations and modification. Adaptations are special features in plants which help them to survive in the habitat they live for a long period. Once again I'll explain what is habitat. Habitat are special features in plants which help them to survive in the habitats they live over a long period. The habitats of plants, in this class we are going to learn only three kinds. There are so many types of adaptations we can able to see. This class we are going to learn only about tendrils, twinners and thorns. Tendrils, twinners and thorns. The first of all we are going to learn about tendril climbers. Tendril is a twining climbing organ of some weak stemmed plants like peas and bittergourd. You can able to see the tendril in both the pictures. In one is bittergourd, another one is sweet pea. Tendril is a twining climbing organ of some weak stemmed plants like peas and bittergourd. Tendrils coil round a support and helps the plant to climb. Tendrils coils round the support and helps the plant to climb. Examples: sweet peas and bittergourd. Next adaptation we are going to learn, that is twinners. Twinners. Some plants have weak stems. They cannot stand straight on their own. They must climb on any support to survive. Once again, I'll tell what is twinners. Some plants have weak stems. They cannot stand straight on their own. They must climb on any support to survive. The example that given, that is Clitoria, jasmine, etc. The clitoria picture is given here and there. You can able to see that stem is very thin, very weak. It is not able to stand straight, so it needs a support to survive. The next one we are going to learn about thorns or spines. Leaves of some plants become wholly or partially modified into sharp pointed structures called thorns or spines for defensive purpose. Once again I'll tell what do you mean thorns. Leaves of some plants become wholly or partially modified into sharp pointed structures called thorns or spines for defensive purposes, because animals may eat the plant. To avoid that, to protect the plants are having thorns in the stem. For example, agave, in that plant, the leaf apex, already you know what is apex, the tip of the leaf is having a thorn. Again, in the margin means both the edges it have thorns. Next one, opuntia. In this plant, the leaves are modified into spines. No leaves are there, already that picture is shown. In that picture you can able to see cactus plant, we can able to see there are no leaves, the leaves are modified into spines. The next one, bougainvillea, the stem has sharp thorns. Like that, the plants have some adaptations like this. Now I want to tell few points. What is habitat? Habitat is a dwelling place of a plant. Habitats are places where plants and animals live. Then there are two types of habitat: terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat. Terrestrial habitat again subdivided into desert, grassland and mountains. Aquatic habitat is subdivided into two areas, one is marine and freshwater. Under freshwater, plants are living in rivers, lakes, pools, ponds, etc. The next one we are going to learn, that is adaptations. In adaptation, we will learn only about three areas: tendril climbers, twiners and thorns. Before that, I want to tell about terrestrial habitat. Terrestrial means land. Plants which live on land are called terrestrial habitat. There are of three places. One is forest habitat, another one is grassland habitat, the last one is desert habitat. The desert habitat, according to the place where the plants live, the area is called, the desert is called hot dry desert, semi-arid desert, coastal desert and cold desert. Next point is adaptation. Here the adaptation means special features in plants which help them to survive in a habitat. They live over a long period. Under this, we learn about tendril climber. Here they have the weak stemmed plants have a thread-like structure. It will coil round the support and help the plant to climb up. Example, sweet pea, bitter gourd. Twiners. Twiners means they don't have any special organ. Plants have a weak stem. They cannot stand straight on their own. They must climb on any support to survive. Next one, thorns. Plants like rose, cactus, bougainvillea, in all these plants, the leaves become wholly or partially modified into sharp pointed structure called thorns or spines. That's all about this lesson. Assignment is given in the next slide. You have to do that answers, write the answers and keep it in your notebook, and you have to learn that when the school reopens, all must bring the notebook to the class. We will correct the lessons. Once again, I'll tell the whole classification together. The habitat is classified into aquatic habitat and terrestrial habitat. Aquatic habitat is classified into freshwater habitat and marine water habitat. Freshwater habitat again classified into river, lakes and ponds. Terrestrial habitat are of three types: forest habitat, grassland habitat and desert habitat. That's all about this lesson. Thank you, students.